This one? Okay. Hi, my name is Clint Reed. Read like you read a book, and I just wanted to welcome you to Reed's Readers, where I plan on sharing my love of books with all of you, because we all know books make the heart go fonder, because, woo, books. Yay. Just a little extra information about me. I am 27 years old, and I currently reside in Blanchard, Oklahoma, which is, for those of y'all who have never heard of it, just a little bitty small blink on the map that, it's Oklahoma. We're all small towns on the blink of the map. Unless you're talking about football, but that's a totally other different subject. We're here to talk about books, aren't we? A little bit about me. I tend to read anything from YA novels to adult thrillers to I like my mystery novels. As you can see, my James Patterson's behind me. I like fantasy like Harry Potter to How to Hang a Witch to Rick Riordan, which is up at the top. I'm usually up to trying anything. Some of my favorite genres would be mysteries and fantasies and my LGBT contemporaries, because I tend to like to connect with a story. But on the other note, I'm here to show that I love books, and the book community showed me how much loving books could be fun, and I could have a blast sharing my love of books with you guys. So I also thought for part of my introduction, I would show some of the books that I'm hoping to finish this month for my monthly TBR for the month of May. Let's start with the book that I am currently reading, which is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I'm currently... How many pages am I in on this? I'm on page 161, and I'm doing the audiobook for this. And, oh my god, I just want to finish this book because I just need to know what the hell happens. Because it just keeps getting good and better and better and better. And, oh my god. This book follows Scarlett Dragna and her sister Tella. As Scarlett, they live on this island where there's this fancy carnival that always wants to come around, but it never comes to their island. So Scarlett, ever since she was like really little, would send this letter in and ask for Legend, the head of the Carnival, to come and show their magical show with magic and mystery and all this other stuff. Well, when he finally shows up, they end up taking a trip, and then things just go from there. So until you've read it, I'm not going to give you any more because you'll want to know, trust me. I need to know if Julian's good or not. Oh my god. But let's continue. On to the next two books, which, shockingly, I actually have finished for this month, but I digress. Next is Akafas. Oh my god, if anyone who knows me knows that I am a sucker for some Akatar books, which, by the way, where are they? Right here. Oh my god, Akatar, Akamath is live, y'all, fairy racing. Oh my god. Well, okay. Akafas is a quote-unquote, some say is the fourth book, but it's not. Whoever marketed it as the fourth book sucked at that. This is actually a novella, which kind of just bridges the gap of what happened at the end of ACOWAR and what's about to happen in the next book. I would give you a little bit more of a detail, but seeing as this is kind of like a next one to like a series, I don't want to give away too much information, but if you haven't checked out ACOWAR by Sarah J. Maas, you need to, because you haven't lived. Harry Potter's one thing, How to Hang a Witch, oh my god, my all-time favorite, but if you haven't tried out ACOWAR, or ACOTAR, Akamath, and ACOWAR, you need to. It will give you life and love and everything you need and desire, because, oh my god. Next book. I also finished, so far, Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli, which is the companion sequel, as you could say, to Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda, which was just recently made into the movie Love, Simon, which I have right here, which is one of my all-time favorite LGBT books. But, no. But Leah on the Offbeat happens to be, it's about his best friend Leah, and apparently she has a secret showing that she's bisexual, and she hasn't outed herself to her friends yet, even her openly gay best friend Simon. And it just follows her story as she opens up about her own sexuality and the fact that she's a plus-size girl, so it's got some size differences, like when it gets to, like, prom dresses and how she feels like, because she's heavier set. But if you haven't checked out this series, you should, because anything written by Becky Albertalli will make you laugh your ass off. You'll be crying till the middle of night to God knows when. She is just a phenomenal writer. Next book. Goes out of the way. Next I have on my list is book 2 for the Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. This is The Dream Thieves. I read the first one, The Raven Boys, in January of this year and loved it. It took me a bit to get into because I'm not really used to magical realism just yet, but I'm wanting to try out this series because I just love the characters so much. And I happened to meet Maggie Stiefvater with a friend of mine, and she is a phenomenal person, and she is hilarious, and she can play those bagpipes like no one's business. If you want an author that knows how to play a bagpipe, ask Maggie Stiefvater to play some bagpipes for you, because girl on point. But I would give more details. This is about I know the first one, if I can grab a hold of it, The Raven Boys is about a girl named Blue who comes from a family of clairvoyants and psychics, and she was always told that the day she kisses the man she's in love with, he'll die. So it's pretty much following the journey of that, and the fact that she sees a spirit, a ghost of the guy who's actually still alive in another, because he's actually alive, but she sees a spirit. She's always told if you see a ghost, it's either because you had a hand in their death or it's your greatest love. So
You did not tell me that.
I can't wait to carry on with The Dream Thieves. Next book. Okay, I am a huge Sarah J. Maas fan, but I will state I'm a little slow on the upkeep for her books. I am going to try reading Throne of Glass. Yes, I know, I am so behind the page. I got a little too obsessed with Akatar over there that I kind of didn't want to give Selena a chance, but as I'm waiting for the next one, I thought I'd give Sarah J. Maas another try for her other series, because I am a huge Sarah J. Maas fan. She writes brilliantly. And the only thing I know going into this, and the only thing I want to know going into this, is that when she came up with the idea for Throne of Glass, she thought of the line of, what if Cinderella went to kill the prince instead of marry him? I'm a little intrigued by that, and I'm all down for a badass female assassin. Like, look at that cover. She looks badass, and I can't wait to get into this, to dive in and eat it alive. And the next book I plan on reading this month is Are You Sean, The End of Time by, let's hope I pronounced this name right, Rashani Choshki. I am a huge fan of the Rick Riordan books. I'm all down for any types of mythology and Greek gods, Roman gods, Hindu gods, Japanese gods, whatever. If it's a god, I'm down to learn some mythology and creepiness. Well, this book follows Arusha, who has a tendency to stretch the truth. Well, she apparently tells all these lies and stuff, and her friends and stuff at school end up catching her in on the act. Catches her in all these lies and finds her at which museum? At the Museum of Ancient Indian Art and Culture, where she accidentally freezes time and releases Hindu gods. Right then and there, I just knew I was down, and yeah, that's all I need to tell about this book because I'm intrigued. Hindu gods, Rick Riordan setup, with an own voices author. What could be better than that? Hello? Ow. Okay, this next book is technically a reread for me. When I read this series, I read it as a trilogy, because back when I first read it in high school, it was a trilogy. But recently, my aunt bought me and my cousin the most recent offset of this series. The first two books, Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows. So me and my cousin decided we wanted to read the Shadowhunter series in not publication order, in the order publication order. The order you're supposed to read them in, from the first three into the Infernal Devices, into the next three, into some of the novellas, into the Dark Artifice series. So I will be reading City of Bones and buddy reading with my cousin. And hopefully, maybe I can get my cousin to come in here and we'll do the video together and tell you what we think of the book. I can't wait. Now, this last book I have on my list is a reread, but technically in a different format. I read the first book in this series last month for another book club where I'm part of a group on Facebook for Adriana Mathers fans, because I love me some Adriana Mathers. Some How to Hang a Witch, by the way. If y'all have not read How to Hang a Witch, check it out. You haven't lived. My favorite series to date over Harry Potter. Sorry, JK. She's the new queen. Let's be honest. But speaking of Harry Potter, I am doing this buddy reading where we're reading each of the Harry Potter books, one a month. And I wanted to read them in an interesting format. So I wanted to check out the first three in the amazing, really, I would open up to pages without illustrations, to the the illustrated copies, and just check out all these beautiful illustrations. Isn't that gorgeous? Jim Kay did an amazing job. But I am rereading it with some friends and stuff in our group who have never read Harry Potter. Like, I didn't know people didn't know what had never read Harry Potter. Like, I thought you read it because you lived. But okay. And I can't wait to dive into this because I gave the first one last month a 5 out of 5 stars, more so than I did the original time. I actually enjoy the illustrated copies a little bit more than the originals, which is an amazing feat for me because I can't wait to have kids to share my love of books with one day, and I can read these amazing copies and they can get diving into the stories. But those are all the books that I'm planning on reading this month. Or have read. I can grab them all. Do 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 do. But these are. Ooh, I forgot a book.
Okay.
That one, not part of pop. These are the 8 books I plan on reading in the month of May, and at the beginning of June, I will do my wrap-up and give y'all all my full thoughts of every book. A few of these, though, I will give my own... I will do a separate videos for several of them, like Leon the Offbeat, ACOFAS, which, by the way, they are reading ACOFAS for the Muggle Studies Book Club with the Rainy Reader and Gabby Reads, which will be towards the end of May, and I think it's on Gabby Reads' channel this year if you want to be part of that live stream show. Not to say that I'm any affiliation with it, I just freaking love both of them, and it just so happens to be one of the books that I read happened to be their book, and I can't wait to be all up in that live show and hear their thoughts and me discuss my thoughts with them. So I just wanted to step in and say hi and tell you who I am and talk about the lovely books I plan on getting to this month, and just I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. If you like the video you see, click that like button. And if you want more content, hit that subscribe. Can't wait to see you later on. Bye.